Good day, senior high students. Welcome to Hume's class. I'm Sir Jay, and this is week number 5 of Disciplines and Ideas in the Social Sciences. Our topic for this week is the major social sciences theories and its importance in examining social, cultural, economic, and political conditions. And the most essential learning competency is apply the major social sciences theories and its importance in examining socio-cultural, economic, and political conditions. Before we begin, let's have our pretest. Are you ready? The question is, he concentrated his theory on the synthesis of social, economic, psychological, and cultural aspects of human actions in the hope of developing a coherent theory of social action for the social sciences. What is your answer? Very good. The answer is Talcott Parsons. Are you ready for the next question? Very good. The question is, he is considered as the par excellence scholar of everyday life, and his conceptual outlook on self, society, and interaction continues to remain one of the most widely used and influential in sociology. What is your answer? Great! The answer is Irving Goodman. Are you ready for the next question? The question is, he uses ethnomethodology as a distinct approach to sociological study, one that painstakingly analyzes and explains the different mechanisms by which members of the social community preserve the orderliness and resilience of their daily lives. What is your answer? Very good. The answer is Harold Garfinkel. Now we will begin our discussion. What is structural functionalism? It is defined as a school of thought in which all the institutions, relationships, roles, and norms that compose and establish a society serves a purpose. Each one is essential for the sustained excellence of the others and of society in totality. This perspective explains that when a part of an integrated social system changes, a tension between this and other parts of the system is created and will be resolved by the adaptive change of the other parts. That is why we could conclude that the structural functionalism focuses on the relationships between components of society, and it sees society as a complex and interconnected machine. In studying structural functionalism, we have these concepts of social structure and social function. What is the difference between the two? A social structure is a stable pattern of interaction. Again, a social structure is a stable pattern of interaction, while social function is any act or process that contributes to the maintenance of a social system. Again, social function is any act or process that contributes to the maintenance of a social system. Are we clear? Very good. Now we will proceed to different sociologies and their theories. First is Herbert Spencer. Herbert Spencer coined the term social institution that focuses on meeting social needs such as government, education, family, healthcare, religion, and the economy. Next is Emil Durkheim. Emil Durkheim utilized Spencer's theory in clarifying how the societies transform and survive throughout time and generations. Next is Alfred Radcliffe Brown. Brown stated that the purpose of some repetitive activities as played in social life provides an impact on social stability and continuity as a whole. Next one is Talcott Parson. He outlined the historical theoretical theories of Weber, Durkheim, and Wilfredo Pareto to develop his action philosophy. So what is action philosophy? It is concentrated on the synthesis of social, economic, psychological, and cultural aspects of human actions in the hope of developing a coherent theory of social action for the social sciences. Next is Herbert Blumer. He was the author of the popular psychological theory of symbolic interactionism. Blumer developed symbolic interactionism by broadening and expanding the core elements of George Mead social psychology, particularly his interpretation of human behavior as being geared towards meaningful symbols. He believed that human beings behave primarily in reaction to the significant events that had happened to them, and these interpretations, in effect, originate from encounters with others. Next one is Harold Garfinkel. He uses ethnomethodology as a distinct approach to sociological study, one that painstakingly analyzes and explains the different mechanisms by which members of the social community preserve the orderliness and resilience of their daily lives. Next is Irving Goffman. He is considered as the par excellence scholar of everyday life, and his conceptual outlook on self, society, and interaction continues to remain one of the most widely used and influential in sociology. Irving Goffman is also renowned for having created a distinct idea of social contact and personality. Next one is Reed Mills. Mills was possibly the most vocal and influential critic of the structural functionalist approach to sociology that flourished in the mid-20th century. Mills is best known for coining the word sociological imagination. Again, sociological imagination. This is a viewpoint that enabled the person who created it to understand the essential connections between history and culture, social context, and human experience. Those are the sociologists under structural functionalism. Now, we will proceed to Marxism. What is Marxism? Based on our lesson last week, Marxism is a social, political, and economic ideology named after Karl Marx, which explores the influence of capitalism on labor, production, and economic growth, and promotes the abolition of capitalism by the workers' movement in favor of communism. What we do determines who we are for Karl Marx. In historical words, given the pervasive existence of one class dominating another, there was a certain dimension of civilization. There were some links between the worker and the commodity, along with the normal seasonal conditions and the dawn, as we see in agricultural society. But with the revolution of the bourgeois or bourgeois and the rise of industry and capitalism, the worker was now working on wages alone. His commitment to his actions was no longer of human nature, but rather focused on artificial circumstances. Now we will proceed to the conflict theory under Marxism. It stems from the theories of Karl Marx, who claimed that society was a complex force continuously experiencing class conflict-driven transition, whereas functionalism considers society as a dynamic structure searching for order, and disagreement sees social life as a competition. From a conflict perspective, society is made up of individuals competing for limited resources. That is Marxism. Do you understand our lesson? If you really understand our lesson, we will proceed to our synthesis. We have discussed structural functionalism and, of course, different sociologies and their theories. And we have discussed also about Marxism. Are we clear? Great! Now, we will proceed to our post-test. Are you ready? Very good. First question. This theory explains that when a part of an integrated social system changes, a tension between this and other parts of the system is created and will be resolved by the adaptive change of the other parts. What is your answer? Are you sure that is your answer? Very good. The answer is structural functionalism. Let us proceed. Second question. This theory suggests that the struggle between social classes, specifically between the bourgeois or capitalists and the proletariat or workers, defines economic relations in a capitalist economy and will inevitably lead to revolutionary communism. What is your answer? Are you sure? Great! The answer is Marxism. Are you ready for the next question? And the question is, in Marxism, those who own property and the means of production are the blank. What is your answer? Very good! The answer is bourgeois or bourgeois. For the fourth question, this is true or false? A social structure is a stable pattern of interaction, and a social function is any act or process that contributes to the maintenance of a social system. What is your answer? Great! The answer is true. Congratulations! We are finished for the lesson for this week. See you next time. Goodbye!